Oops, I was muted for a while. So nice to see all of you. If you're watching this live, please comment live below. We'd love to say hi to you. Or if you have any marketing questions, please comment them below as well. We'd love to answer your questions. So it's Saturday afternoon, so nice to see all of you. And I was stuck at a cafe, so I thought I'd do some quick Q&As. So nice to see all of you. And if you're watching this, please comment below live. We'd love to say hi to you. And if you have any marketing questions, please comment below as well. So I'd like to say hi to Daniel who is watching this. So Daniel, let me know if you received the calendar invite. So hi, nice to see you as well, all the way in Turkey. And for the rest of you, if you're watching this live, please comment below, and I would love to say hi to you as well. And you have any marketing questions, please comment below. Hi, Ashwin, as well. Thank you for joining me. And we have about, so I do this from time to time, a live Q&A, and I have 5 questions lined up. So if you have any questions, please comment them below as well. We'll add them to the list. So I have about 5 questions before today. So first question, let me just check 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, 5 questions. First question from Andy Nisovic. So Andy asks, as a sole trader, should I be posting content as myself or as my business? So just to give context, on LinkedIn, you'll have your personal page, and then you have your um, LinkedIn company page. So I also help companies when it comes to LinkedIn company pages, but it really depends on your objectives. So if your objectives is to generate leads and build relationships, then it would be the personal page. So company pages are good for 2 things for a business. Number one, it's good for corporate communications. So if you have any company announcements, change of leadership, quarterly reports, then use a company page to announce it. Secondly, a company page is good for hiring. So you can actually use a company page to post your vacancies. And number 3, I use a company page for this, which is to organize events. So some of you here have attended some of my events, so a company page is good for that. So that's what a company page is for. For sales, lead generation, that is what if you that's your objective, then please do use your personal page, because then you get to have conversations using your personal page. Because a company page, even though I love it, there's no messaging button. It only has a website button, so you cannot have conversations there. So thank you for your question, and Andy. So I see a couple of people here. What up, Andrew Chan from Vietnam? Nice to see you again. And I have a question all the way from Sweden. Okay, so Viveka has, hi from Sweden. True that we're seeing return of algorithm love for text and graphic types again. I would say Viveka. So just to answer this question, just to give a bit of context. So Viveka says, is there in the LinkedIn algorithm, which is the content we see on the feed, is there more traction for text and image posts again? My answer to that is it never went away. LinkedIn is amazing, has always been great to text and image posts. And I see more engagement on text and image posts more than my video posts. I post about 8 times a week on LinkedIn. So I know this to be true. Text and graphic posts, which is image, has never gone away. If you want to crush it on LinkedIn, please do text posts. All the top influencers just do text as well. It's one of the few types of content that works really well on LinkedIn. Thank you for your question, Rebecca. Nice to say hi to you in Sweden. Perhaps you can join me for the Europe Business Connect to connect with European business leaders as well. We have one next week. So I'll send you a message on that, Viveka. And moving on to the next question. So if you're watching this live, before I get to that, if you're watching this live, we'd love to say hi to you. So please comment your marketing questions below. I would love to answer questions or just to say hi to you. So nice to say hi to Viveka from Sweden and also Andrew from Vietnam. So if you're watching this live, please comment live below. We'd love to say hi to you as well. So moving on to the next question by Rachel Ma from Australia. How to effectively connect with our target clients who values our professional services? So that's a great question, Rachel. For me, I would number one first target clients, and I share this in my webinar as well. So number one, you have to be very clear who are your target clients based on their positions, geography, and industry, because that is the filter available on LinkedIn. Find those positions, geography, and industry that is relevant to you. Number two, what you can do is those that value your services. So, Rachel, let me give an example. If let's say that's a coaching services, so what you can do is to organize webinars. So I do webinars every week. So when I organize webinars and events, and if that webinar and event is on a specific topic or specific name or specific subject, when someone RSVPs or when someone says, "Hey, I'm interested to attend that event," so this is more for consultative or solution based businesses. When someone attends a webinar, that means they are interested in that topic. That means they are looking to learn more to solve that problem. Another way you can do this is through lead magnets. So, if, for example, you can offer a guide to solve a very specific problem, offer an ebook to solve a very specific problem. So it's a little bit like inbound. So when someone reaches out to you for that guide or that ebook, that means they value those services. They value that knowledge and they want to get to know more about those services. Thank you for your question, Rachel. So, and if you have any questions here, please say hi to me by commenting live, and love to say hi to you, or we'd love to actually answer your questions as well. So if you have any questions, please comment them below. We'd love to say hi to you. So moving on to the next question, well, I'll take a quick break. Next question, I love this as well. Question from Viral Dave. I think it's not his real name. Anyway, how can we generate leads without posting any content? So it's quite similar to Rachel's question. How to generate leads without posting any content? There are actually ways. So I love content and I run a LinkedIn content challenge. But content is not everything. There are actually a few other ways to generate leads without posting content. The difference is either you require more time or more investment. So one way you can do this is if you have you run LinkedIn advertising campaign. So with LinkedIn advertising campaigns, you can target a very specific niche. I mentioned just now the right geography, industry, and also position. So you can even target those who are working for a specific company. So run LinkedIn advertising, advertise and offer. So if you want to generate leads without content, the most efficient way, but you will spend a good amount of money, is LinkedIn advertising. Number two is LinkedIn events. I run two webinars, two networking events every week. So LinkedIn events are also a great way to generate leads because I love the network effect. So when someone attends a LinkedIn event, it will actually share it to their audience that they are attending that event too. So you'll get a network effect and have second connections of the attendees to be notified about that event as well. So two ways to generate leads without posting any content. Number one is LinkedIn advertising. Number two is LinkedIn events. So you can run webinars on LinkedIn events as well. Thank you for your question, Viral Dave. So moving on, I believe I have two more questions, but if you have any questions, comment below. So Mary Idomo says, how to send cold DMs and get good responses. So normally I would say don't send cold DMs. And a lot of LinkedIn gurus out there say this as well. But there is a time and place for cold DMs. For example, if you're looking for speakers at a conference that's happening next month, then you can use a cold DM. If you have a very specific offer, let's say a government grant, and they need to take advantage of that offer very quickly. So how can you send cold DMs? Number one, do your research. Don't send it to everyone. Make it specific. Why is it relevant to that person? Number two, as I said, make it time sensitive. We are having this conference. This government grant is available until next month. So make it specific, make it time sensitive, and actually the best way is not to make it cold, is to make it a warm DM. So if you know someone that is connected to that cold connection. Say, hey, you were referred to by Bob, you were referred to by John. So if you make it less cold, it will work as well. If you name a name that is connected to that person, that will help even much more. Of course, there's more work to do that. But if you reach out in a cold DM, specify, tailor it. Why did you reach out to them? Very specifically, like if you look at my profile, you can say, hey, I love your LinkedIn lives, I love your networking events, and I want to get you as a speaker. Then that would work. I get a lot of speaking requests every week, and they are not specific. They just look for someone randomly who has the keyword digital marketing, and they never say why they reach out to me. So if you reach out to someone, always say why, and also tell them why it's time sensitive or important as well. Thank you for your question, Mary. And moving on to the last question. So if you have any questions, please comment them below. Or if your wife would love to say hi to you, comment live below as well. We'd love to say hi to you. Or if you have any questions, comment them below. And thank you for joining us. So moving on to the last question. Last question is by Mehdi Idi Bibain. I hope I say your name right. Anyway, and Maddie asks, what type of content works best on LinkedIn? Okay, so there are actually two answers to this. Number one, to generate leads, as I mentioned here today, to those who are offering consultative businesses, to generate leads, I highly recommend educational content. So if you are looking to generate leads, you need to educate your audience, especially if you're selling a solution or if you are selling a consultative business. So make sure you educate. Number two is another type of content works really well on LinkedIn as well, which is inspirational content. So for context, there are four types of content: information, entertainment. So information is basic information. Entertainment you can see on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So two types that work very well on LinkedIn: education and inspiration. So you will also see a lot of inspirational content on LinkedIn, whether it's inspirational quotes, stories, failures, successes. So inspirational content also works very well on LinkedIn. But for me, the sweet spot when it comes to LinkedIn content, if you are too educational, it becomes very dry. It's like you are having a one-sided conversation. Here are 5 tips, here are 10 strategies, here are 4 keys. You keep shouting out loud. But the sweet spot is to find the middle ground between inspiration and education. So it's good to also share educational content provided you also inspire. So you can include a story, you can include a lesson, you can include emotion as part of that educational content. So the sweet spot is between being educational, too educational, and inspirational. So the sweet spot is being both inspirational and education. So thank you for your question, Mehdi. And I see a comment, so let me just respond to it as well. Thank you, Tarun. As always, thank you for watching the lives. So thank you all for being here. I've answered all the questions. If you have any question and you're watching these on replay, please comment your questions below. I will answer them next week. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on LinkedIn very soon. Thank you.